Hello, everyone. I'm Gaurav, the host of this discussion that we have today about awakening the child's super potential, super brain activation program that we are running. So, in our journey, we'll talk about what is brain, how does it function, how it improves, and then how this program can help in making that accelerated journey for the brain to become really, really intelligent for children. What are other children who have gone through the program, what have they experienced, what they have seen, what doctors are, neurologists and neuroscientists are talking about this program, and what we can do further. So that's at a high level is what we will be talking about. So this program is essentially talking the journey of the brain and the left and right brain and its activation. So before getting into the that understanding, let's try to understand how does our brain really work. So here is a typical picture of a brain, of human brain that we have, whether we are children or we are adult. Now, how does during our life, how does this brain change? So at a high level, this is how it brains. But we have like hundreds and thousands and billions of neurons in our brain like this is very small picture, but imagine we have like billions of neurons all there in our brain. They are like small dot. They connect with each other, and but when they connect, that is where we can do a lot of work. We learn things, we can focus, we can have better learning and understanding, whether it is about games or dance or art or maths or science. These are the neurons which are like a memory chip, also which are intelligence chip in our brain. Now, how do they really work? So when we are kids, when we are like at an age of 2 to 5 year to 6 year, these neurons are increasing in our brain gradually. But what really matters is they are like little bulbs which are there in our brain. They get fired, they get ignited. So when they get fired, that is where the real learning happens. That's what doctors call that neurons which fire together, they wire together. So if you go and watch some movie, right? So you see something, you hear something. So that basically ingrained the dialogue of the movie, the music, the background, the whole scene that basically fire different neurons in our mind all together. And that scene is captured in our brain. Exactly. That's how the learning works. When the teacher is talking in the class and we see some picture, what she's speaking, we hear, and that fires some neurons, and what we see at that point of time fires another set of neurons, and then they get together, bind together, create a new learning for us, complete picture for us. जो हम सुन रहे हैं और उसी वक्त जो हम देख रहे हैं, वो दोनों चीजें एक साथ हमारे ब्रेन में जाती है. जैसे कि आप अभी जो सुन रहे हैं ब्रेन के बारे में और जो पिक्चर देख रहे हैं, वो आपके ब्रेन में परमानेंटली फिट हो जाएगी, क्योंकि वो एक साथ कुछ हियरिंग रिलेटेड, ईयर्स रिलेटेड न्यूरॉन्स को फायर कर रहे हैं, कुछ ब्रेन रिलेटेड, सीइंग रिलेटेड, पिक्चर रिलेटेड न्यूरॉन्स को फायर कर रहे हैं, और वो एक नई लर्निंग बन जाती है. इसीलिए कहते हैं एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग, कि बच्चे जब कुछ, हम बड़े बच्चे कुछ एक साथ हाथ से करते हैं, तो हैंड मूवमेंट, आई मूवमेंट, थिंकिंग, हियरिंग, all that results in a more firing of neurons and create a new bigger learning. Okay, but the point is we have huge potential. We have like billions of neurons, but only few of them fire. And more the neurons fire, better would be our focus, better would be our concentration, better would be our learning, faster would be our learning. That's the whole picture. That's the whole game in the neurological science that goes behind our learning, behind how we can become a huge potential. This is our potential, billions of neurons, to actually become a master of something. More the firing of the neurons, more we become master of that item which we are trying to learn. Okay, so this is how the picture of the brain internally would look like once the neurons fire. So if you see, all those white dots are like small neurons, but the one which are firing together, you see, so those are the one which basically results into a huge amount of learning for us. That's the three-dimensional picture of the learning. So all those white dots are basically the potential we can have, but that doesn't mean we become the expert in that. The only things which are firing red dots that you are seeing, that those bulbs are on, and that is becoming our learning. वो हम चीज सीख पा रहे हैं जो कि न्यूरॉन्स फायर कर रहे हैं, एक तरह से रेडिश डॉट्स जो आप देख रहे हैं. और व्हाइट वो डॉट्स हैं, जितने ज्यादा फायर होते हैं उतनी ज्यादा हमारी समझ और लर्निंग बढ़ती, उतनी ज्यादा हमारी इंटेलिजेंस बढ़ती. Everybody got it? Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Very simple. Okay. And here is what Dr. Pradeep Mahajan, he is one of the top 5 neurologists in India. He's doing a lot of stem cell research for neurology and other kind of gene therapy. So this is what he's saying, that we have 100 billion or even more neurons in our mind, in our brain. And when they fire, they create more connections with other neurons. And more the connections they are, the better would be learning. And not just better would be learning, the neurons die also. But if they fire, they do not die easily. Those neurons which you have seen, the white dots which have not fired, in another 1 year to 2 years, they will die. More neurons will come, more neurons will die. So point is, more the neurons can fire and bind together, the better would be our learning, and those neurons would improve our memory. And then we are working as a research partner with them. And this is what his point is, that, this learning, this whole program can help in many different kind of kids, not just the normal kids. And we are doing, keep up the good work was his statement there. So now the point is, so what? If the neurons are firing, how does that help? Now, I want to take a step back and remind you, you would have all heard that we have a left brain and right brain. Left brain is more maths, science, logical analysis, sequential thinking. All the scientists are heavily left brain oriented, understanding every step-by-step process that we have to do. And right brain is more like art, creativity, drawing, all those kind of mastery, leadership qualities, how we can express ourselves, communication. So there are so many people who are very intelligent but not able to communicate well. So they are more left oriented, but their right brain is not as much activated. So that's what right brain drives all our communication capabilities. हम कैसे किसी से बात करते हैं, कैसे भीड़ में कैसे लीडरशिप क्वालिटी है, कैसे लोगों को अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, all that goes in the right brain side. All that comes from the right brain side of our brain, right? So the scientists are more detail oriented, artists are seeing pattern and they make the picture and big picture out of it. But what we really need, do we need to be left oriented, left brain mind people, or right brain mind people? Whom do we need both? In the world moving forward, where a lot of work is going to be done by AI, we actually need people who are both smart from left and right brain, so that they understands and invent. Invent needs creativity, imagination. That's what invention. But they should be able to, whatever they are imagining, they should be able to ultimately translate into the scientific research and build that. That is the left brain work. And they should be able to understand the big picture which is happening and adapt to the changing world. So moving forward, our kids need to be really, really left brain activated, left brain working, right brain working together. Most of the kids, most of our school education is focused on left brain. Let's learn maths, let's learn science, let's do these things. Homework में एकदम step by step बताया है, वैसे ही करना है हमको homework. No, the work on the creativity, imagination, all that side of things, story writing and story to conversion to the left brain activity, that is really missing in the school curriculum. That is missing in most of the activities. So how do we achieve that? So in this program, what we do, we basically focus together the harmony of left and right brain. And when both the sides of neurons, if you see, are fired together at same point of time, that is where the better balance and harmony in left and right brain happens. So this program really focused on all the 8 frontals of the brain, from front to the back and left and right, together for those 2 days workshop that goes in very focused manner for both the sides. And that helps the child's there a better harmony between left and right, and therefore create a better focus, concentration, and ability to learn new things as well as create new things. So learning and creativity goes together from both sides. Any questions so far? Anybody? Maybe you can mute yourself to understand how does the brain at a high level work, and essentially how this program can, at a high level, how this program is targeted to, what it is targeted to. Okay, we'll come back to questions later if somebody has. So what we do is we essentially adopt a lot of different tools, something on the which improves the neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is nothing but firing of the, not just firing of the neurons, but having a better connection between the neurons. That is the neuroplasticity side. So our tools and techniques are focused on the firing of the neurons and their connection creation, using different kind of practices and drills, different type of exercises, a better coordination and harmony between both left and right hemisphere on the synchronization. That's one side which is driven more from science side. Then the other side, which is coming a lot from our ancient sciences, on sound wave, sound therapy, sound healing kind of thing, meditations and breathing exercises that we help the child to. We make them, go through a Yog Nidra kind of combination and do their healings and help them from help the child to have a calm mechanism in their brain, more activated and firing their neurons, and use it for the neuroplasticity. So that is what this program essentially do: combine science with the ancient methodologies, with our spiritual methodologies, combine them together in one go to help firing both left and right side neurons and integrating them well. आध्यात्मिक शक्तियां जो हम जानते हैं, आध्यात्मिक तरीके जो हम जानते हैं, उनको यूज करते हैं एक तरफ से, और एक तरफ से वैज्ञानिक नए तरीके यूज करते हैं, और उन दोनों को यूज करते हुए एक साथ हमारे ब्रेन पर वर्क करते हैं. और उसके फायदे, एज वी जस्ट टॉक्ड अबाउट, because a better firing on the left side, they have better logical analysis capabilities, faster learning, better memory, because now more neurons are fired together, so they can just have a more photographic memory in children, and better thought process. Their immunity improves. That's very interesting results that we have seen, because now the brain is more activated, so it can connect with all the organs much better than the earlier, and therefore the immunity capability or the strength of the child improves. Strength means the inner strength. Inner strength of the child improves. They get better emotional abilities. They have better intuition, better immunity, better social capability, because now they can express themselves. उनको डर नहीं लगता है नए लोगों से मिलने में या बड़ों से मिलने में. The shyness slowly goes away. So they can, because they are now able to express themselves. शाइनेस क्यों आती है? जब बच्चे अपनी बात मदर फादर या अपने जानकार लोगों के सिवाय किसी को कह नहीं पाते हैं, तो वो डर के पीछे हटते हैं, शाय होते हैं. बट जब वो when they see that I can talk to people, I can express better, तो definitely उनके they become more bold and they love connecting with other people. So that improves their social capabilities, that improves their communication abilities. And most important piece, as I said, as the brain gets more and more activated across all the lobes, their memory and concentration improves. In the end, that I wanted to talk about is why specifically parents choose us, our unique approach. It's basically, as I talked about, our tools are and the techniques are well aligned and taken up from the scientific methodologies, and we align it with the energy aspects, esoteric aspects of which comes from our last many years of work in meditations, in learning different healing modalities, and we basically align those two together. We had been working with a NASA awarded scientist to improvise our methodology and tools step by step, And moving forward, we are also now aligned with some of the top neurologists who have been doing this research and medical research work in neuroscience site in Mumbai. And with that alignment, we will have a more rigorous scientific study going, not just for the normal kids, not also for ADHD and autistic people, and also adults who have been having other neuro-related challenges. So this program will keep improving and also keep bringing more and more and better things to them, because it's not like 2-day activity done one time. It's really, we'll have a review, follow up, constant support for next couple of years, all that committed together for everyone. So as the things keep improving, as more scientific improvements keep coming, we'll keep bringing that to children. So it's not like one time done and handed over. So just to wrap up, just meet your coach, Garima. She had been into corporate business leadership levels after having done her MBA, and have been a wellness coach herself, have worked on pranic healing, Reiki healing, different kind of energy healing methodologies, and on Ayurveda side, she's been a well-known motivational coach, and help people to learn and build up more passive income abilities. That's what her I would say last couple of years of journey have been. And myself, Gaurav, I have studied in I have done my master's in computer science from UIUC US, have worked in corporate, mainly in the tech giants like PayPal, Gap, and all that. I've been working in now more in AI technologies, both on the business and technology side, but on the more importantly, on the other side, have been working from past 15 years on myself and other and coaching people. Started my journey in pranic healing, and then have learned and started coaching in sound healing, crystal therapy, esoteric vastu, and we have been meditation trainers. And that's where we bring both scientific rigor and methodology, plus our ancient capabilities that we already had in a new format from kids' perspective. It's not just from kids; it's actually for adults. But in kids, what happens is some of the results show up immediately, particularly the mind blindfold abilities of reading and figuring out the colors. The same thing do happen with adults, but it's not as visible, because a lot of those neurons which helps in showing the colors blindfolded, they're already lost, unfortunately, by the time we become adults. So it is easier to do in the kids. The neurons are there. As I explained, scientifically, we are firing them. But if the neurons are lost, it becomes an extra work to first bring those neurons or build those neurons and then fire them. So that's why for adults, it's a different kind of journey. It helps in reducing their stress, anxiety level, having a better calm and growth mindset thing. So it's a different journey for them, but this is for kids.